Hey everyone. So we built a kitchen car twice. No, not two cars. One car, two times. So some of you maybe have watched the previous video and you know what happened. But for those who haven't, I'll give you a quick summary. Basically, in Japan, to get approval for a kitchen car, you need to go through two major steps. The first step is roadworthy inspection for the vehicle. And this is where we kind of failed sort of spectacularly. The car, mainly the dividing wall. For the car we were given, that wall has to kind of go down and come back up. So I have to kind of make a sort of some kind of construction that allows us to pull the door down, so the wall down, and put it back up. Also, the driver's side and the kitchen side has to be completely separated, so it has to be kind of enclosed, so there can't be any gaps. All right, so that will be covering the first half of the video. Me going insane, trying to make this sort of magical wall to their specifications. The second part of this video will be covering our trip to the Health and Welfare Department and trying to get approval for their hygiene specifications. And I go kind of crazy there too. Depending on the prefecture or the ward, there are different rules. So keeping that in mind, stick around to the end. I want to give you a couple of tips that, if you really want to do this, might help you avoid some headaches. Because, yeah, we had a couple of surprises. So, anyway, hope you enjoy my Kafkaesque or our Kafkaesque journey through this. Yeah, it's a long one, but yeah, I hope it's entertaining. So, thanks.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile.
All right, we have another problem. So, I'm supposed to keep the entrance at least 30 centimeters wide, and I was told how to build the dividing wall. So, let me explain. So, he said build an L shape around the seatbelt. So, the L shape divider, and then you can attach the wall to the side. But here to there already, the width now is 31 centimeters, so I can't really make this any wider. So somehow I have to make the wall up to here, and then maybe make another wall at the top that connects. I really feel like they're screwing with us. So, I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to. Well, I'll work something out. But I'm sure they'll find fault with that too. So. Alright, and it took me forever to kind of sand this through to get the contours right as well. So it's snug in quite tight. One thing we could do is remove this seatbelt cover. It might give me a few more mil. But I'm sure they'll have some complaint about that too. So the plastic's there to protect people. Anyway. Alright, I got in two panels that are nicely cut with the color contours. Entrance is 30 centimeters, or a little bit more. So I just need to work out a way to secure it, and then maybe have to build a second wall or something that goes out and around, and that connects to the main wall that flips down, I guess. Oh god. How to secure it at the top? Maybe some kind of curve cut or something. Oh god. Alright, what a nightmare. Cherry blossoms are out, so it means it's just raining every day. It's making it really difficult. So, alright, I'm gonna try to attach this side panel that has to be put up to enclose the front. I'm going to try to use basically some strong ties, and I'm going to thread it and try to attach it to the base. And then later I'm going to try to use these to try to make a swinging door or panel or whatever you call it. I don't know. And I've lost my screws that I just bought. Great. Man, I wish this rain would piss off. There's something else really strange about this town. Like, it's full of like some kind of weird reverse vampires or something. As soon as it starts getting dark, everyone closes the storm shutters. Like, they just encase themselves in like a black house. Darkness. I really don't get it. And last night, the storm shutters were closed upstairs. Due to the previous occupants' kind of habits. And it's just rattling all night. Never stopped. Geezer's going by. Alright, let's try and finish this. Alright, a little test system. See if this works. Just like the seat. Looks too. Alright, it's gonna be a really tight fit. Ow. I'm gonna try to attach some wood to the steel plate using these. They're supposed to be self-tapping screws that you can attach wood to a thin steel plate. So let's see how we do with this. It should make things much easier actually, because I can attach some wood to the side. I can build this much faster, so kind of cool. Bladed. Let's see how they go. Sweet. Oh yeah. That should make things easier. So I just finished cutting and sanding the top part here. Alright, so later I'm going to try to join it together with some of these brackets. But maybe the guy from the car mechanics coming to inspect the mechanism for the folding wall. See if it's up to spec. I'm sure there's going to be another problem. I guarantee it. Alright, so the guy from the car shop just came, checked the wall. He said, it's very good. I'm shocked. So he said just with the gaps, use tape. And yeah. He seemed impressed. Maybe something went right. Okay, great. Finally got one of these. Should make it a bit easier to cut. It's like difficult corners. I've been looking for one for ages. Let's see how it goes. So the wall is basically finished. Just need to polish it up. So we're kind of losing some space because of the wall. It still kind of collapsed down and up. So I need to make a kitchen that's more kind of modular. So if there's a problem or something, I can kind of take it out and put it back in or move it. So I'm going to use some scrap wood to try and put something together, and then also make sure the sink has like a cover so we can use it as like a bench as well. It's getting hot too. When I first started this, I was like freezing cold, and I'm like sweating. Alright, let's have a look at the pots. So I just use a bunch of scrap from before. I'm trying to make something go together and then be covered by some cafe wood that I got before. Like this. Alright, let's try to get it done today. Something there. Anyway, from me. More rain. And this is really slowing down the progress. I did find this cool cowboy hat. So, that's a win, I guess. I'll get the stop soon. It's really hard to do this without a workshop or something. Or a garage. Just under this like little cover here. So, kind of really limited with my space. Kind of suits me. Try and make something in this little 1 meter square. Basically, I'm gonna need enough clearance under here. It's gonna get ridiculous for the sink, well, for the collection bucket container. All right. Looks alright, but I need another bracket on the end and something to hide the sink. I need to make this a little narrow, sorry, wider. I need to make this wider. So I bash myself every time I crawl it. Okay, so the boss has asked me to lower this a bit, which is going to cause more issues. So yeah, I'm going to have to maybe take one of these frames off lower it down, cut around the bench so the sink can fit. And the most troubling thing is I need to work out a way to catch the water because the drainage is going to be much lower now. Yeah, we don't have much space, so all right, I have some ideas, so let's try and see what happens. So maybe I can take off one of the 1x4s at the front, so it's gonna drop down about that much. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. All right. Alright, I'm just gonna glue down some old scrap pieces from the previous build and make another frame to make it a bit more stable. And then I'll put down the cushion flooring after that. So, yeah, getting close to the finish line. Just need to do the plumbing. I already did that before. So, yeah, let's make the frame. Okay, a bit of a slight problem. So, not enough of the thread here. So we can't really connect this hose to it. So, I have to cut out a bit of the base. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Goes on, but I'm not sure about leakage. So, let's test it out for some leaks. Let's flick the switch and see what happens. I'm not nervous about it not working, I'm nervous about leaks. Yeah. I wonder if got a leak here too. So, there's still water coming out. Damn it. Alright. So I've given up putting them here. I'm just gonna use them. Slot. I'm running out of time. We really need to be using this to make money. It's far more secure now, I hope. Alright, let's test it again and see if there's any more leaks. I can. Alright. So I bought some better connectors. I'll just put some sealant on it with the tape and leave it overnight, and then hopefully it fixes any issue. That's so tight. I can't leave it leaks. Let's try to cut some drainage holes. Ow. Alright, we're gonna have to get some longer and more like high pressure hoses to figure out this cable management here. Yeah, you can see with all the water collection, there's not really that much space. Let's test it. Hopefully there's no leaks, especially up there. Ah! What the hell? Alright, so I tightened up the top part here, and that's where the leak was coming from, I think. Alright, everything else seems to be okay. Let's try. It's noisy. Conk, 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 conk. Alright, turn it off. Release the rest. Okay. Alright, so here's the final system. It works. There's no leaks. So basically, high pressure hose, some hose adapters connected to a water pump, and through a split, and then to a 1-inch connector, and that goes up through to the sink. No leaks. Looks well. Doesn't make me nervous about exploding tubes or anything, or hoses. So yeah, hopefully there's no issues with this tomorrow. Alright, so we got the car back from the mechanic, and the good news is that we got the 800 plate, so that means it's now a specialty vehicle. This cost us about 230,000 yen, which is a little bit cheap actually. So that's the good news. I don't know if it's a surprising or shocking thing. Let me show you. When I opened the car, and what have they done with my beautiful wall? So I spent all that time with that folding wall, or wall that could come down and go back up. And because the person who did the inspection changed his mind about the rules, it's now this piece of crap. So yeah, there's my nice curved piece of wood that I cut out. And now it's being replaced with, what is this? Got a particle board. Huge gap at the top. Yeah, like, same a bit here. Originally in the video, I said that this seatbelt comes to a point of over 30 centimeters. So the door has to be a 30 centimeter entrance. So because of that, they had to change it. So back to my original wall, basically, but worse. So yeah, all that time and money spent, and I kind of flipped it upside down here actually. So that's actually my height. And let's have a look at some of the other changes. So we have this table. I don't know why they had to put it in. I have to ask my own wife actually. It's not particularly steady or stable. Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to do with this. I have no idea. Okay, the final thing. After the discussion of, do we need a fan? No, probably not. Suddenly they contact us and say, yeah, we have to put in fans. So I gave them this one. And yeah, again, my original design was all enclosed, and Yeah. I mean, we were charged 20,000 yen for this construction work. Yeah. But they did give us a good discount on all the procedures for changing the plate and registration and everything. So basically, they didn't charge us for it. Luckily, because it's pretty shit. Maybe I should get a job building kitchen guards because they are mechanics. But they do build kitchen guards, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Alright, that's disappointing. Alright, so tomorrow we're gonna take it down to the health department for the inspection, I think. And the mechanic said, yeah, bring a toolbox because they're going to complain about something and you're going to have to change it. So it's probably going to be a few visits. I imagine they're not going to be happy with the ventilation. And I'm guessing the sink situation too, because we need a system to actually pump out the wastewater. So it's not difficult to do, but it's just an extra step. So maybe I have to attach some kind of like gasket or something. Not gasket. What do they call that thing to open? Like a valve to kind of pump out the water. I don't know. I really don't understand the purpose of this. And my beautiful wall is gone. So the last point as well is that after you pass the inspection, we can take down this dividing wall. I mean, this whole experience has really made me into a libertarian, as in we just want to sell coffee. We're not doing anything particularly dangerous, but there's so many procedures and steps and so many regulations. I just want the government to fuck off. Anyway, let's put in the sinks. I need to put in the battery as well. Kind of set up the wiring so it doesn't look too crap. All right. So we just got back from the health and welfare department in Kanagawa. And yeah, there's a few things you have to change. First thing was easy, it was just securing the tank. Just secure it with a bungee cord to the wall. And the most frustrating thing, the wall. So I said last time that I knocked down the wall I made that was perfectly sealed. And I built it to their instructions. And now I've come back and they said, yeah, you gotta seal this gap. Yeah, of course. Like, fuck these mechanics. And then the other thing too was this gap here between the driver side and kitchen side is not tight enough. Yeah, I know. I didn't make it. What a fucking waste of time. So for the third time, I'm gonna have to make this wall. Or I might just touch it a bit stronger and spray foam it. I'm done. And then the final thing, the ceiling. I mentioned this before. Like it's like this weird, shitty kind of carpet felt material. And we're supposed to attach some kind of waterproof sheet so it can be wiped down. And yeah, I'm not a professional, but people keep telling me how to do my job, and it's just like, oh yeah, just attach the sheet. It's not so simple, attaching plastic to carpet. It's really frustrating. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find something that maybe I can even try to remove it a bit and see what's underneath. Could be a plastic base. Well, look. Alright. What an annoying experience. Alright. So another bullshit thing is that these lever sinks have to be turned on a certain way, apparently. So I can turn it on with my fingers. Then I have to turn it off with my elbow. This side's alright. This side a bit more tricky. That's okay. Alright. Ridiculous. It's crappy plastic sheet on the ceiling.
Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But
As expected, it has all fallen down. Yeah. Let's have a look at the back. Wherever I've touched the glue, it seems to be stronger. So, all right, I'll get some adhesive and do it again. God, this is awful. I really hate the government. It's pissing rain, so back is pretty cold again. Don't seal it with tape. Just has to be wiped down apparently. So some of the surface is reasonably solid. Really pissed off these shucking people. They're dumb. That's nice. Can't believe they make kitchen towels. I don't know what they make. Fucking good shit job of it. Alright, so pink. Great. This will be fantastic. Alright. Next time on.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.
So we went to the health and welfare department yesterday, and yeah, things went surprisingly smoothly. Basically we have one more thing to do. So I need to basically cover this wall, either varnish it or with a plastic sheet. I'm just gonna do a plastic sheet, it's easier, I'm done with it. The main thing they were concerned about was the sinks and being able to turn it on and off with your hand and then shutting it off with your elbow. You could go to do it. I would have fucked up the performance. But yeah, that was basically it. And the other thing was, just mentioned for some reason, sending off this little bit. There's a bit of overhang. But they didn't mention anything about emptying this tanks here. But that's something I want to do anyway, because it's going to be a pain in the ass to try to pull this out and empty it. So I'll attach a spidget. And then, yeah, once I cover the wall, we can send off the picture. I don't have to go there again, thank God, and I can process the papers. Yeah, so I think maybe the hardest part's over. I hope.
As you fade away.
Okay, welcome back to the happy timeline. We did it. We got it. We got the paper for Kanagawa. But I want to tell you more actually about this. So on this it says tank 40 liters. Yeah, and we're doing coffee. My first tip would be first go down to the Health and Welfare Center because they have a list of like recipes or dishes and water requirements. So we thought coffee, it's a one-step process, 40 liters is enough. We were given the car anyway, so we were kind of limited. But if you really want to do this, decide your menu, decide it really carefully, then go down there and get the list from them. Because, example, I have a glass of here, Americano I just made, 40 liters. Oh, you want milk? And this? Okay, sure. 80 liters. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly water anyway, but now the capacity's doubled. I don't know. So if, for example, there's a good recipe of like putting a shot of espresso into beer. Pour a beer in a cup, shot of espresso, 80 liters. It's fucking crazy. I don't get it. So check with them. Yeah, welcome to Japan. No, this is for Kanagawa, but maybe Yokohama or Kawasaki, these two big cities, maybe a little bit different. I'm not sure about that. But I can give you another example about the kind of city next to us, very close to this border here, Machida. Technically Tokyo, it's not really, but it's Tokyo. But you think Tokyo is one big city. No, it's divided up into wards, blah, blah, blah. And each ward has different rules. So we thought maybe we could do Machida. But they have another rule as well. I'll go outside and show you because I'm dying of heat in this room. But before that, yeah, our company, we're Buttermilk. Check us out on Instagram. And I might do some more videos in the future about events or how to find events or what to expect from them. Or if you have any other requests about what you want to see or things like that, leave a comment. I have a few other different projects in the works. So yeah, please subscribe. That would help me out and kind of keep me motivated. So let's go outside and have a look at the car. So if we want to take the truck to Machida, what do we have to do?
Well, basically we have to put another counter and window here, or we're gonna put like whole sealed window here. And close everywhere.
So window has to be able to open and close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For what reason? Reasons.
Just a rule.
Welcome to Japan.
Have a happy life.
Let's say it sarcastically.
Yeah.
Alright.